for Friday Night Varsity Flashback. We are out here for the Week 8 games, conference openers for some teams, conference games for everybody else. We'll have highlights later in the show from this game, Laney at Hoggard, as well as James Kenan at Trask. But first, let's get started in Shallotte, where 6-0 East Bladen was facing 5-1 West Brunswick. It was homecoming in Shallotte, and the 5-1 Trojans were led onto the field by the youth players from around the area Friday. Running back Maverick Pate dressed but didn't play because of an ankle sprain he suffered against South Brunswick 2 weeks ago, and the Trojans struggled without him. All evening, West Brunswick had difficulty moving the ball on the ground as the East Bladen defense worked its way into the backfield and beat the Trojans to the corners. West Brunswick got a break late in the first quarter after a fumble by Saquon Johnson, but did not capitalize. Then the Eagles caught a break. On the blocked punt, West Brunswick's Alfie Hill goes for the big play and gives possession right back to East Bladen. Looking again, there are 4 Eagles around the ball, and instead of letting the ball die, Hill tries to pick it up, and the bounce is hit by Marquel Jones. The Eagles turn the ensuing drive into the game's first points on this 4th down pass from Darren Burney to Johnson, who made up for his earlier mistake. The Eagles scored again on their next drive on this 49-yard pass from Burney to Rasheem Smith and continued to pour it on from there in a 47-14 drubbing. Now to Hoggard, where the story was the running game. Javon Jenright and Rashawn McDonald controlled the tempo and kept the Laney Bucks guessing all night with different option looks. They were able to manipulate the second level of Laney's defense with option keepers, trap looks, and the straight handoff. Hoggard picked up 127 yards on the ground Friday, scored once, and got 3 field goals from Ian Durham en route to a 23-6 victory, dropping the Bucks to 0-7 on the season. Finally, off to Rocky Point, where we pick it up with James Kenan's Jonathan Webster running in a score from 49 yards out. The Tigers built a 13-0 lead early in the first quarter before Trask responded with a 7-yard run by Dominique Lazine. James Kenan kept the pressure on, though, with this end around by Kendrick Faison that took him down to the 5 and set up his own 3-yard score. The Tigers went up 20-7 and held on to win 20-14 after this would-be touchdown run by Lazine was called back. Now let's check out the other scores from around the area. Rose wins the Mideastern Conference opener over Ashley 33-21. Hoggard tops Laney at home 23-6. New Hanover a winner in its Mideastern opener 15-8 at New Bern. East Bladen won at West Brunswick 47-14. North Brunswick earns a Waccamaw road win 27-21 over West Bladen. South Brunswick wins on the road, topping South Columbus 21-19. James Kenan beats Trask 20-14. Pender tops Midway 48-22. Hopton beats Union 28-19. Wallace Rose Hill improves to 5-2 with a 55-12 win over Lakewood. East Duplin remains undefeated with a 26-7 win over Topsail. Harrells at North Raleigh Christian was late. Dixon and Pamlico, as well as West Columbus at East Columbus, also were late. Well, that's it for us this week. Be sure to check back on Wednesday as we preview all the Week 9 games. But for this week, I'm Rachel George for Friday Night Varsity Flashback on StarNewsOnline.com.